Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rechak double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And I just want to harp on this lesson. It was on my mind today as I seen this article about the U.S. military troops committing suicides. And while I had the article up there, I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I said bump it. I'm gonna just do a quick Google search on the U.S. As you see, U.S. military troops committing suicide. Okay, and now you just scroll down to the different articles that speak upon it, and one that says what is it? This one was on the San Antonio Express News. Air Force audiences in San Antonio hear how suicide tore up a family. This one was 1 month ago. Military suicides reach an all-time high in 2018. Pentagon says this is on the Washington Examiner. This one was on another one from the San Antonio Express News. San Antonio bases to pause as Air Force's suicide rise. All right, and not only that, but as I read that or as I seen the article, I was also thinking about what a brother has said that a brother in the camp, he was telling us on the chat about even out there in New York, they have it to where a lot of those the cops from the NYPD, as you see, NYPD cops committing suicide, and these are as recent as two and 3 weeks ago. The biggest police department in the U.S. has a suicide crisis. Okay, and these are the ones who's supposed to these are the ones who gave their lives to serve and protect the so-called gave their lives to serve and protect the citizens of America. These are the ones who wholly believed in this place. So if they're committing suicide, it should show you how messed up this place is, man. It should show you the morale and the spirit that's lingering in this place, man, which is the spirit of death and despair. Okay, to the fact that they felt like they had to take their own lives. Okay, and the Most High is going to continue to, as the scriptures say. I'm gonna just grab it. All right, he's going to continue, as it says right here in Isaiah 19:14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So if this continues to happen, Egypt, all right, which Egypt is another name for bondage in the scriptures, which is America, all right, where, hey, this place is bondage. I even meet, I meet people from different countries, and they always say, one thing I notice about you Americans is that you work a lot. You work a lot. To where in those other countries it was, it's they work, they work too, but not as, it's not like here where you have to have 2 and 3 jobs to survive. Okay? So the Most High have mingled a perverse spirit in this place. When you look into that word perverse, it means distorted, perverting, warping. It says going more into it, which in the Hebrew I believe is iwa. To bend, twist, distort, to be bent, to be bowed down, to be twisted, be perverted. And there's a perverted place, and there's a perverted spirit in this place, man. Just the stench alone tells you that there's a perverted spirit in this place, man. They have Gay Pride Month. All right, as we just read, the so-called gatekeepers of this place are committing suicide. All right, and and it says that he calls Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And they will err in every work, man. Because this place, what they do is they bully the whole earth because they feel like they have the military power. as well as the military weapons to do so. But you're losing men. You're losing men. And as I said before, you got to think about that. What kind of morale does this place have if, you know, their gatekeepers, so to speak, are killing themselves? All right. And on top of that, when you look into, I was thinking of something else. Why is military recruitment so low? And this is just 1 week ago. It says U.S. Army pushes to boost recruiting in Phoenix amid its enlistment crisis. Okay, so the Most High is making America or Egypt, which this place is known as Egypt, is known as Sodom, it's known as Babylon. Okay, it's known as the Great Whore. All right, so the Most High is mingling a perverse or twisted spirit in this place, man. All right, he's basically setting them up to fall. Just as this place, they set us up to fall, the Most High is going to set them up to fall. And the little that they do have, the Most High said in Joel 3 that he's going to remove off from us the northern army and basically send them into a land barren and desolate so they can be destroyed. And that's Joel 3, I believe, 2 and 20, if I'm not mistaken, 2 and 20. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, all right, which is why also you got a lot of people other than, the military committing suicide, because there's no work. But things are, inflation is going up. It's getting harder to pay bills, and it's very stressful here, man. For brothers that live in other, states, it's very, very stressful here, man. Which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be likened unto woman, and shall be afraid and fear, because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And how is he going to do that? By, having these other nations eventually shoot ICBM nuclear missiles upon this place. That's how the earth is going to shake to and fro like a drunken woman. Okay? And he says Egypt shall be like woman, like unto woman, because women are very, they're very timid. And what's going to happen is, we see it now. All right? If they're, if, these NYPD cops and these military personnel, if they're killing themselves now, how much worse do you think is going to get when things really get bad, man? When World War III really pops off. All right? Which, hey, draft is coming back. Like it says in 2nd Ezra 16, that the bridegroom shall mourn having no brides. And then, hey, actually I'm going to grab that. Well, I want to grab this first. This is Jeremiah 49 and 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. All right? Because when Babylon, which Babylon represents the stronghold of Edom, man. It tells you that in Psalms 137, I believe. All right? So it says the earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Because as I said before, well, Salakia, I neglected to mention that, but the Most High is going to remove the northern army far off from us, talking about for you so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, and he's going to push them into a land barren and desolate, which is the Middle East, over there in Syria, Iraq, Iran, in that area. Okay? So it says, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea, because that's where it's going to be at, over in that area. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. This is talking about Yahushua, man. Isaiah 63. All right, and various other scriptures tell us that the Most High has a controversy in Basra. All right, in which Basra in the ancient world was a place where Edom was, the place where Edom dwelt, and this is Edom's stronghold over here in America. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom, the military personnel, all right, the police officers, be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. Okay? So they're going to be as a woman, who's in pain, man. So hey man, this is beautiful. The Most High is tearing this place down and going into I had said, let me see, Salaki, Second Esdras, which as you can see I'm using the light from the screen. Bear with me. Second Esdras, 16. 16 and 31. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search in their houses with the sword. And I just thought about it too, because hell is coming to this place, America. Just as you see all across the world, you have protests, famines, and all this is coming to America. All right. So it's gonna get so bad, that those that are in the military, guess what? They got family back here. So they're gonna forget, fuck the duties that they have to this place. They're gonna leave and come back home and try to help their family, and they're gonna be killed. You know. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. And there's multitude of videos, all right, and movies that they show you that, all right, like the Road, all right, Book of Eli, all right, multitudes of you can just type in post-apocalyptic movies, okay. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars that shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. Proving that there will be a draft, okay? Because America is going to be overwhelmed over there in the Middle East, as we see to this very day. Okay? They're going to be overwhelmed because everybody's coming up against her, man. Even her allies, the scripture saying Obadiah 6, they that were confederate with thee, how does it go? Have brought thee even to the border. All right, and we see now you have America's allies, like one of them being Turkey, is now turning to Russia, as it says in Ezekiel 38. They're going to be Gog is going to be a guard to Gomer, which is Russia. Gog is Russia and Gomer is Turkey. All right, so they're going to be overwhelmed. In which case, what they're going to, take a lot of these men off to war, and they're going to be put to death. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Okay? So it's just something quick in the spirit. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to bring great death into this place. And all those that once stood for America, hey, they're going to be sorely confounded, man. They're going to be let down, man. These Confederate flag holding Trump supporters, they're going to be let down, man. Little do they know. Hey, you can even see that, on a smaller scale with the tariff war. Trump is doing these things, all right, to a place, all right, that holds most of their debt, man. Because, hey, that's the pride of Esau, man. But scripture say pride go before destruction. But not to fare too far, of course. All right, this place, hey, the Lord shall mingle a perverse spirit within, within Egypt, man. All right, and I may, through the spirit, I might just name this lesson, the mighty men have forborn to fight. So that was it, man. Just kind of talking too much. So with that, Lord willing, I can edify. Shalom to the elect.